going on, Jerome's? So, unfortunately, our guy, Daniel Jones, who was playing with a left hairline fracture, his fibula, blew out his right Achilles, and season is over. Daniel Jones, great story, and just a really bad ending. Right? And the Colts, scrambling for quarterback answers, decide to sign Schefter. ESPN sources, 44-year-old Philip Rivers. He literally is Old Man River. Who has not played in the NFL since the 2020 COVID season, is signing with the quarterback-needy Indianapolis Colts practice squad. He also had that season with the Colts, 2020. And Rivers literally is a grandfather. He's a semifinalist for the 2026 NFL Hall of Fame. It's kind of hilarious, man. And Schefter continued. New Colts 44-year-old quarterback Philip Rivers is older than his head coach Shane Steichen, as well as offense coordinator Jim Bob Cooter, 41. Seems like Jim Bob Cooter's been around forever. The notorious JBC. His new center, Tanner Bortolini, the former Stupid Badger, was 1 year and 10 months old when Rivers was drafted into the NFL, which just makes you feel old, right? And the Colts schedule. So, I like Philip Rivers a lot. Hopefully this works out for him. Basically, they should just hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor Thomas 35 times a game. Rivers throws 10 times, sure. But at Seattle, it's a big-time ask, man. Just ask Max Bro Show how that worked out. Against San Francisco on Monday night, against Jacksonville, who's playing really well, and then against that Houston defense at Houston. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Indianapolis and the Colts quarterback situation. This is where it comes back to the Vikings. It seems like the Colts were a little bit too cavalier with the quarterback situation, right? So you got Daniel Jones is on IR. The only other quarterback they had on the 53 was Riley Leonard, untested rookie, and he has a PCL sprain, so that's why they went in a different direction. They got Brett Rippenass on the practice squad. Philip Rivers is now in the practice squad, and he potentially could start Sunday. And Anthony Richardson is on IR. Here's a lesson for the Vikings. You always, always, always need a viable quarterback to in-game, right? And it seems like too many teams are just way too laissez-faire about their backup quarterback position. Because, sure, everything's going well if your quarterback is 100% and starting, but the fact that Riley Leonard was your quarterback too, even when Daniel Jones had the hairline fracture, it's been a couple weeks now, is just completely inexcusable. Right. And again, like the River story is cool and all, but this is a Hail Mary of Hail Marys. Just ridiculous that it got to this point. Where was adding another veteran quarterback when Richardson had that freak eye injury with the stretching bands pregame? Where was that? Why do you not have a better option than a rookie quarterback you don't have any faith in, who did not play well when he was inserted into the lineup against Jacksonville last Sunday, and Brett Rippenass? Like, why? And the Vikings quarterback situation this year, yes, you're all in with J.J. McCarthy, but he did miss a year due to injury, and as we saw this year, he's missed time twice now with the high ankle sprain, 5 games, missed one with a concussion. So having a viable veteran alternative is really important. And yes, they tried it with Sam Howell, but he wasn't up to snuff. Carson Wentz was signed 2 seconds before the season. Carson Wentz literally died for our sins, and it should have never come down to Bro Show. Again, who I feel was put into an unwinnable situation. He becomes a meme like Will Levis, and the only other quarterback is John Wolford from the Bear. No, and of course, Kevin O'Connell being the center for quarterbacks who can't throw good, won't learn do other stuff good too. The Vikings should be a magnet for veteran, viable backup quarterbacks and young quarterbacks with potential. They really should be. Because honestly, the way that the Vikings handled the quarterback position last year, smart, beautiful. And obviously Sam Darnold was good throughout. He had a couple various injuries, but didn't miss any time. And Sam Darnold was the guy, except you had multiple alternatives to the guy. Nick Mullins, he of the 400-yard passing games and can actually get the ball to Justin Jefferson. It's great. Daniel Jones, who they brought aboard, they didn't need Daniel Jones. They did not need Daniel Jones, but they still signed him and put him through a couple weeks of practice, put him on the season ending 53, so he could count as a comp pick. It was smart, not only for the comp pick, but also for having depth at the most important position. Brett Rippenass, common denominator, who's on the practice squad as J.J. McCarthy had his rookie season on injured reserve. This is what the quarterback room should look like every single year, or something akin to it, because the cliche is the second most important player on a team is the backup quarterback. You should have 3 quarterbacks. That's what it should come down to, because how many team seasons are absolutely torpedoed because their quarterbacks go down? Look at the Bengals this year. Look at the Colts this year now. And the fact that, again, I like Max Brosmer a lot, but maybe not this year. Since week 2, Brosmer has been one play away, whether he was backing up Carson Wentz, whether he was backing up J.J. McCarthy, and it's clear he's not ready. So the fact that the Vikings did absolutely nothing to suture up the backup quarterback position, don't like it. Because if you look around the league, there's some teams that have good backup quarterback situations and others who don't. So veterans who can keep the ship afloat. You got Ty God with the Jets, who now is hurt. Snoop Huntley, Pro Bowl quarterback Snoop Huntley. Nick Mullins with the Jaguars, actually wouldn't mind having him back. Jarrett Stidham, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, not really Russell Wilson, Mariota, even though he didn't do very well on Sunday. Andy Dalton, that should say Panthers. Yeah. Teddy with the Bucks, Jabroni Briscoe with the Cardinals is actually looking really damn good. Jimmy Garoppolo with the Rams, Carson Wentz with the Vikings when he wasn't dead. Then young intriguing backups, Mac Jones, Davis Mills as 9-foot neck, jumping Joe Milton from the Cowboys, Tanner McKee with the Eagles, Tyson Bagent of the Bears. Also, they have Case Keenum, Malik Willis on the Packers. It's like that Progressive commercial, the backup quarterback stepping on in. You need to have multiple backup quarterbacks at a certain point. And I understand that could be untenable, as a lot of these veteran backup quarterbacks are coveted and they want to go somewhere where they are indeed a play away as opposed to 2 plays away. But it's okay. Spend the money. And also, we are certainly on team draft a quarterback every year. Get as many quarterbacks as possible in through the system, and you can use them as trade pieces. You can use them as free agent comp picks. You can do whatever you want. But again, this was our Shangri-La. This is how the Vikings should treat the quarterback position from here on out, because frankly, they got a little burned this year with all the injuries and everything that's going on. Although we do have the laughs, we do have the memes. Yeah. So hopefully this will be the case moving forward. And even though J.J. McCarthy is showing signs that he could and should be the guy, sign a veteran backup who could start. Sign 2 veteran backups who could start. Get Bro Show another year of experience. Draft a quarterback in the mid-rounds. Do whatever you got to do. Just have as many bodies as possible that can sling that pill, that you could feel fine putting in the lineup and winning a game. That's what you need, man. Because, like we said, this is a fun story. I'm rooting for Phillip Rivers, but you started out 7-1, and now you're in danger of missing the playoffs because you have this gauntlet here. It should never have come down to this. And after Daniel Jones had his hairline fracture, how do you not add a veteran quarterback? Like, how do you not bring Phillip Rivers in a couple weeks so he actually gets reacclimated to the team and the offense? Why don't you bring in Ryan Tannehill? Why don't you work something out where a team waives Jameis Winston and then he's able to pass through waivers, or Joe Flacco? It's just frustrating, man. It is. But anyways, rooting for Phillip Rivers, but also this should be a lesson for the Vikings. Not only their own quarterback situation, but going in the future, have as many dudes as possible who can sling that pill, man. That's it. It's funny, man, talk about Phillip Rivers. There ain't no pill there. But anyways, you guys are the best you know what to do. Skull, production value.